Yes, should we start? Uh, Hello, everyone. Welcome to IGDC. It's an honor to be here and talking in front of all beautiful and talented people here. So, thank you so much for having me here. I'm Abhinandan Kumar Ghosh. I'm an art director at Lakshya Digital. Will give you a bit of brief about myself. So actually, I'm from an engineering background, though I was good at art from my childhood. But I did my B in computer science and engineering in 2004, and on that time I was started playing games, and so much into games, I thought that it will be better to switch my career into the field of games. So I have around 19 plus years of experience in the field of gaming and animation, and worked on several AAA titles like Tekken 7, Shadow of War, Call of Duty, Diablo 2 Resurrected, Metal Gear Solid 5, Kingdom Hearts 3, Final Fantasy 7 Remake, Forspoken, and so on and so forth. And about my company, I am from Lakshya Digital. So Lakshya Digital is one of the biggest art outsourcing provider in India. And we have around 800 plus employees working across 3 different studios in Gurgaon, Pune, and Bangalore. And we have also offices at UK, US, and Japan. And we are also a part of Keyword Studios, which is one of the world's biggest game service provider. Yeah, so that's all about me and Lakshya Digital. Oh, very common name, right? So how many of you know about stable diffusion? Oh, so many people. Great, great. So I will be talking about AI tools, different kind of AI tools that are in the market, how we can use them, what are the technologies that are coming up, and how we can proceed with these, how we can improve our processes and pipelines, and increase our productivity and efficiency using these tools. And start go deep into that. I'll start with stable diffusion. So it's a prompt-based generative AI large language model, LLM. You can also say LLM. So where we can put some input or text or description about what we want to get, and get some image output from out of it. Or not a single image output, it depends on how many images, output images we want. So the interface is kind of here. It looks, so it's a free tool. Stable Diffusion is a free tool. We have also heard about other different 2D concept art generating tools like Midjourney. There is recently there is Adobe Firefly launched, and there were DALL-E. There used to be there is another tool called Google Colab. So there are lots and lots of tools already available in the market. I specifically like Stable Diffusion because it has a lot of control. You can put some positive prompt, you can put some negative prompt. Negative prompt is actually what you don't want. So if anything that is generating in the concept output or in the image output, and if you don't want those things, you can put it in the negative prompt. You can control the size, you can control lots and lots of things, poses, randomness, support of images and references and styles. So a lot of options are there, and you can run this tool locally in your system. So you do not need to uh, be afraid that, okay, I will be using some cloud-based services, and my whatever I'm generating that might get leaked or something like this. So nothing to worry about that. So you can use it locally in your system. And also you can use this Stable Diffusion tool to train your own set of art style, to bring out a new set of new kind of artwork as per your requirement. So one of the very good feature in Stable Diffusion is in painting. So generally when you generate something, you put a prompt and it generates an art, and if we may find that the face is not looking very good, or there were mutant fingers appearing. So on that case, you can just mask those areas or paint those areas where things are not right or the resolution or quality is not that good. So what it does actually, once you put those paint and start processing it, it will generate double the size of the resolution, create better quality, and according to the prompt you are putting against it, and it will bring a better resolution and better quality of that output. Another thing is about control net feature. You can use this kind of stick images, so that these are already available, and it has an interface also. It's like posing a character in 3D or using bones. You can pose a character. So if you pose these sticks as per your requirement, the whatever you are generating in terms of character, it will pose according to these stick references. And not only that, you can create a turntable or 360 view of a particular character. Like, let's say, you want to create a concept art and give it to the 3D artist. So generally, 3D artist looks for all the possible angles of the character from different view, like front view, side view, back view, or sometimes three-quarter view as well. So you can just quickly pose this control rig in different and capture different camera angles and take a three-quarter view, close-up three-quarter view as well, and take renders from there. So at the bottom right, you can see the control pose that I have put as an input, and with different prompts, I'm getting different character results, but with same poses. This is for all the 3D artists who generally love to do concepting in directly in ZBrush or in Maya or whatever, any softwares, any 3D softwares. So let's say you are doing some quick scribbling in ZBrush, and you are out of your idea that what to do next or what else can we do on top of this character. So you can quickly bring one render of that character to Stable diffusion. Stable diffusion control net has an option to generate Z depth from this character, and using that Z depth, it creates. There is an option to create multiple variations of this character. And once you get multiple variations, you get more idea that how you can proceed with this character further. Another example. So one model was taken as an input, then generated Z depth from stable diffusion, and also put a control rig, the desired pose that I'm looking for, and then we got two different variations according to the command prompt, according to the prompt that I put. There is another example, like you can also input black and white patterns, or generally black and white patterns. You can input black and white patterns, and using your prompt, you can create some this kind of final output or final concept art or abstract concept art from this as well. We'll give more example about it. Where have I back to? Okay, I will show it in later slide. So another is a multi-control net where you can put a pose and a composition and put some command prompt and generate some concept art out of that. So from that pose, I generate the control rig. From the background, I generate Z depth for composition. And using those command prompt, using those control net input, I put some prompt like an astronaut sitting on a moon surface or something, some alien planet surface. So input was, so if I go back, you will see that this was initial input, one pose, one composition, create a control rig from that pose, and Z depth from the composition, and with text prompts, I can generate this kind of output. So I've been talking about input mask. So using control net, I put our logo, Lakshya logo here. And so the top left one was done by one of our concept artists. He did a matte painting with our logo. So we take that as a background input, and we use control net and logo as a mask, and put a lot of prompts as per my requirement, and get the result. If you see the left below image, it's the AI version of that result. Quite mind-boggling, actually. Some other variations also as well. So with different prompts, with changing different prompts and different variations, we using the same logo mask, I got different kind of output. Okay, so this is all. So till now, I was already talking about how we can generate and control our concept art that is generating through AI through different control net sections with prompts and image references. But you can also train your own art style because putting prompt can be a bit tricky or risky because we don't know how Stable Diffusion was trained. Of course, they were trained with lots of historical data and online references from internet. So anything that is generating there is a gray area, can lead to some copyright issue. So if you have a pool of concept artists in your team, and if you work with some style, you can train with that style as well. So this is an example, actually. Sea of Thieves is an example. That's a game. So that has a specific art style. We took this Sea of Thieves Sea of Thieves characters as a reference for style training. Of course, for training any AI software, you need to have really good hardware. So initially, when we try to train AI, we failed because we were having 3080 RTX graphic card, but it was looking for a graphic card which has at least 25 GB of memory and lots of CUDA cores processors. So we upgraded the graphic card to 4090, and then we've been able to do the training. Training requires a lot of time, and training can be divided in multiple steps. So after 100 steps, it will give some kind of output. More you train, you will get much better output. But if you overtrain, then whatever input you have given as a reference, it will try to produce the same output as it is. So overtraining is going to destroy the thing. So with experience, we'll understand that how much training is required, and after how much training, or how many hours of training, or how many steps of training, we can get the optimized amount of output. So Sea of Thieves has a specific art style. It's not a realistic. The characters don't have realistic human proportion, human face, or realistic texture. It has like very paintedly feel, very stylized proportions in terms of body structure, face, texture, colors. So after 100,000 steps, we started to get this kind of result. So we gave it a name like Pirate 121. So whenever we write a prompt, after training, the AI software will generate a model, and you can name that model in a particular way as you wish. Like the model that was generated after training, I named it as a Pirate 101. And use that Pirate 101 in the command line or the text prompt, like create a Pirate 101 character with red hat, brown shoes, green belt, or something like that. You can use that. So whenever you use that word, Pirate 101, it will trigger the trained model that you have already created in your local system. Okay, so another training, so we have been experimenting. So let's see, we don't want to generate human. Let's say try to generate some non-human things or very creaturistic thing. So we try to generate a mermaid character. So these are the initial output of that character, and I was not very pleased. It was like cutting and putting a human character on a fish tail, and it's like mix and matching a real character with some random stuff. So not getting the desired output. So then what we did, again, important things to be noted. These are all experimental stuff. These are not the ideal way of doing things because I am taking references from different artists' work. And if I use these as commerce, if I use these as a training data and use it commercially, it can lead to copyright issue. So, but these are all experimental stuff. We have been experimenting with AI, so that is, and we are not using things commercial, so that's fine. It's for only our R&D process and learning things. So we put a lot of images from ArtStation and Google and different reference sources. And you can see some of the images were from God of War as well. The mermaid, I was really fascinated with the kind of mermaid that they created in God of War game, the latest God of War game. So we also input all those characters, and then we started to getting some better result, and it was not that humanish and like fusing or fusioning half human and half fish into it, but rather than giving it a more creaturistic, more stylized look. This is another style training actually. So, and if you can save it as Mermaid 101 or Mermaid ABC, whatever you want to name it, but name has to be very specific, not a very common one. So whenever you put that name in your command, you will that will trigger your trained model, and it will start generating as per the trained data. This is he is one of our colleague. His name is Siddharth. So this is a subject training. So you can train your own face as well. So let's say if you don't train anything, and if let me say that I write, create a face of Abhinandan in anime art style. The AI don't know who Abhinandan is. So I have to train him who Abhinandan actually is. So like AI don't know who Siddharth is. So Siddharth put his lot of face references, and we started doing subject training. So once we trained with his face, and then we put a lot of prompts, we started generating different concept art with using his face. The face is his, but with different jackets and art style, superhero like costumes and stuff. Yeah, this and using control rig with the support of control rig in stable diffusion, we have been able to generate his character. The face is his, using his subject as a trained model, and started generating different views from different angle of views from using that concept art. And Stable Diffusion also has another option where you can extract. So if you don't know what to write in the prompt, in the text prompt, so and you find on one image, if you put that image in the section, and you can easily able to generate commands, not 100% accurate, but some amount of command or text prompt that will that will be used to generate same kind of reference images. So you can generate text prompt from any given or any input image. It can be the AI is smart enough to able to read that image and generate a text prompt, and you can use that text prompt and modify that to use similar kind of stuff. And same here. So the same text prompt we use with control rig, and we get this result. Stable Diffusion, the latest version of Stable Diffusion is called SDXL. Initially, it was SD 1.5. SD stands for Stable Diffusions. SDXL SDXL gives very high detail, high quality output. It's more closer to the Mid-Journey that generates the kind of output, realistic output. So this is some of the differences I put. Same command prompt used, and with with previous version and the new version, and you can see the difference in quality. Some more examples. Okay, so this is all about stable diffusion, how you can use stable diffusion, and if you don't go into the go into the legalities and copyright things, you can train your own art style in stable diffusion, generate more variation and references from there. This is all about generating 2D art. So let's see what is happening in the world of 3D art. So initially, I'll be showing all the different technologies and the different tools that are there in the market. So there were so many things. I'm not being able to capture everything because then I will need whole day to explain all this tool and all the things that are available. Even I don't know how many things, how many tools are already there in the market. There are so many tools. I just collected a few that I found that very useful and promising. So according to that, I create this presentation. So ChatGPT, everybody knows ChatGPT. Nowadays, everybody using ChatGPT to write good emails, right? So how many of you use ChatGPT for generating scripts? A lot of you. So Blender is an open source software for 3D, and if you want to create some tools or script for Blender, you can use ChatGPT. For example, I have created a tool here. I just asked ChatGPT to create a script where it detects any faces that is more than 5-sided or 4-sided. So it created a script. I just run the script in Blender, and once I run wherever there are faces more than 4-sided, it started generating any four faces that are 4-sided, more than 4-sided. That means 5-sided, 6-sided, and you know all the gaming people knows why you need to keep quads, why we do not create n-gons or pentagons or hexagons. Either triangles or quads are allowed. So it is a good tool to have to check if there is any places where we left with more than 4-sided faces. So we do not need to have a coder or developer or programming or engineer. We just use ChatGPT to generate this kind of small scripts. Blender, so there is also an option in Blender. There's a tool, plugin in Blender, where you can just create some very simple basic primitive shapes and geometries and lights, and with command prompt it can generate some beautiful output. It's kind of same stable diffusion, but the plugin is specifically converted to use it in Blender. So any basic structure and with some command prompt, you can get some great results in Blender as well. So NVIDIA was one of the pioneer in generating artificial intelligence-based 3D models. So you can see and you can if you have ever used NVIDIA Omniverse, you can get access of Get 3D from there as an add-ons, and they're using some command prompt on some settings and parameters. You can generate cars, furnitures, animals, bikes, and buildings, but these are not production ready. It looks good from a distance, but if you zoom in closer, these are like very much blobby, voxelized maze, no proper topology, very blurry, not finished, not production ready. But at least it generates. NVIDIA was one of the pioneers who started generating 3D models as per their initial training that they did. Yeah, I was talking about NVIDIA Omniverse with AI extension, where you can access some NVIDIA tools. Just get that and have some fun. Sorry. Another tool by Google where you can give a pose. You can give a human reference input, single image input, and just see the output. It gives a quite good result. A 3-dimensional human character, not a very finished one, but quite good output in terms of generating a complete human. You can use it as a starting point of a proxy mesh as well. MV Dreams. So it's a multi-view diffusion technique where it uses, where it is trained based on multiple image input from of a 3D model. So if let's say there's a model of a robot, so how it was trained? So different camera was put together and take different renders of from different angles and trained according to the data. So if I show you the quality of this diffusion model, this can be generated through text prompt as well, and you can see the quality of output that it generates. And this is quite good than any other diffusion model currently there in the industry right now. So there is some comparison of different diffusion model generating 3D. At the bottom, you can see different diffusion model, diffusion, Magic 3D, text to mesh, profile dreamer, and MV Dreams. MV Dreams is generating quite better in terms of quality. NRF, neural radiance field, a new technique of capturing 3D, three-dimensional object from source of image reference. It's kind of photogrammetry, you can say. It's still not at par with photogrammetry technology, but the best thing is it can generate even if reflective surface, the surface, if it has reflection, if it is a cloud surface, it can scan cloud as well. It can scan the whole horizon, including sky, trees, far apart, far away, so everything. And it requires minimal output in terms of a minimal input in terms of images or video input. Luma AI, you can search in your app stores or Play Store and App Store in Android. What is it called? Play Store? I don't know. So you search Luma AI and use that tool and just do quick scanning of any object, and you can convert it in NRF data. And it will, and then you can get have a three-dimensional look from any angle, and you'll get a three-dimensional geometry from there. And there is an option in Luma, where if you go to the Luma website and if you upload that NRF data, and you can convert it to 3D model as well, and then after that, it will convert it as a 3D model with texture, and you can use it in game engines as well. So it is captured from either image sequence or video, and even the AI technology is so good where there is no image. Let's say you haven't captured the top of the head, but it is able to generate the top of the head using the machine learning technology. Gaussian splatting, it's a new technology actually. It was just showcased in August GDC, I think. Gaussian, so you have already, I think everybody uses Photoshop and you know Gaussian blur. So it's a blur pixel, you can say, which has some area, and with using this kind of pixel which has some area and it has some different orientation, rotation, angle, and non-uniform scale as well, you can create a huge scan data, three-dimensional point cloud or scan data from this. And it has a very huge potential to use it in the game engine with more than 100 FPS. This technology is still in development, and there you can use it as well online, and there are some tools available, so you can personally use it as well. So these are actually small circular blurred pixel kind of stuff, but pixel is actually point, but this is not pixel, but it has some areas and size, and it creates stunning capture. It also captures skies, cloud, everything. Even if you can see that it captures the glasses, it captures glass as well, glass surface which is transparent, even if cloud as well. So quality is far better than the previous technology, that is neural radiance field or NRF. And using machine learning, while you generally, what you need to do is take sequence of images or a video. The rest of the thing will be done through machine learning, and they will create a Gaussian splatter mesh. And this is the Gaussian splatter mesh imported in um, Unity software, Unity engine, and you can control. There will be a lot of controls from there, and you can try and test it. So there is. So I have also put the website name here. Yeah, you can see the. I have mentioned the website name at the below. HTTPS Polycam. Polycam. We also have an app called Polycam for iPhone and Android phone as well. You can use that that app, or you can go into this website and upload some image sequences and try to see how Gaussian splatting works. Yeah. Okay. I have 5 minutes only, so I need to be a bit fast. So another tool, KDIM. I don't know how it pronounced KDIM. It's an AI-based tool where you need to put some concept image input, and it will generate 3D geometry, decent 3D geometry with proper retopology. And in recent version, they are talking about they will also generate UVs, good UV layout as well, and some amount of PBR texturing done on that. So, but it has some limitations. You cannot input very realistic or very hyper realistic stuff. But if you put simplified drawings and stylized input, it generally able to perform much better. But yeah, this tool is not free. It charges quite a bit of money for generating each asset. So here's another example. The input was 3 line drawings of a car, and it generated this car. It's quite promising. But yeah, another important thing is the AI generates something, but there were manual intervention as well, because after generating that, there were artists at their end who are sitting and checking and fixing this stuff and then send it across to the end user. Okay, so these are some of the tools and technologies that are there in the market. There are more, of course, but I found some of the tools which is very interesting and useful and can be used for directly in our game production pipeline. One of the tool is called, so the Masterpiece Studio. You can go to the website Masterpiece Studio, just search Masterpiece Studio, and if you want to do a quick prototype of a character, just give a text prompt. It will generate the character according to the text prompt. You can edit the character. You can quickly assign bone setup through AI and deploy it in the game with some animations. And just if you want to do some quick prototyping of a character, and you can use this tool. Of course, there are options for editing. You can bring it in later on. You can bring it in Max or Maya, whatever software you use, and do more editing on top of that. This tool has all the options tick. You can see you can use command prompt. Now it generates enough data. It generates 3D mesh as well. It creates a good retopology, UVs, texturing, ring. So you can see that all the things that are required can be generated. It can be generated through using this tool called Masterpiece Studio, where other AI tools in the market struggles. NVIDIA Canvas is another tool. So if you want to generate good HDR model, HDR skies, I'm sorry again. If you want to generate HDR skies as per your requirement, just you can see that like basic painting with different colors have different significance, of course, and you can generate a 360 HDR map from that. So it's quite useful. Okay. About motion capture, so till date we have been using motion capture devices and optical sensors for capturing motion data. But nowadays there are tools available in the market. Of course, everybody want to capture some motion. Everybody don't have that luxury or that much money to buy a motion capture device, wear that and capture through infrared sensors and stuff. So there's a tool called Move AI and Deep Motion where you can capture motion, and there is a comparison between the optical sensor capture and Move AI capture. You can see the quality. The quality difference is almost the quality is almost the same. Deep motion is another AI tool where you not only capture the body motion through AI, but you can also capture finger gestures, facial expression as well. And see, there were no optical sensors put on top of that character. It was just captured from a video. And see the quality of capture using AI. So one is motion capture animation. Another animation technique is traditional uh, traditional keyframe animation. I found a software called Cascader. Cascader is a very powerful software, AI-based software, which can quickly we can quickly assign the rig on any character, and when like you can see that you are posing the leg, but the whole body is deforming. This is actually AI-based posing, which can quickly pose the character and understand that what pose we are want to achieve. See, they're pulling the leg and the body is already balancing. It also generates secondary motion. See, the primary motion is in white. The white character is the primary keyframe animation blockout that we did. The secondaries are already taken care of by the software. Not only that, even for follow-through animation, if an animation end at some point, you can see the leg, the foot. The green is the output animation, white is the input animation. So even if the follow through, you can see the kind of output that it is giving, and it is quite physics based, and lot of trained AI data are put into it to create this software. It's a very powerful software. Lots of parameters and lots of options are there. I can say that it's as powerful as Motion Builder with more AI controls to make your animation much faster. If you want to create tileable texture, there is a plugin in Blender as well, stable diffusion plugin, where you can put a prompt and you can generate tileable texture from there. Another AI-based tool where if you put an input image, and from that input image you can make it tileable, you can upraise it, you can remove spots or dots or anything any artifacts from there. You can remove light and shadow from that image to make it a proper diffuse color. So I will give you an example that I used. So I take an image input from internet, put it in Substance Sampler with different settings. I've been able to using different options. I've been able to generate an albedo map, quite a good normal map, an accurate normal map, roughness map, height map, and AO map. And these are all generated through AI, because the tool has a support of AI. Jiva, sorry. Jiva Face Trainer, it's a real-time facial animation toolkit for Unity, and you can generate very hyper-realistic facial motion or facial expression using this tool. And this tool is already production ready, and you have the plugin for Unity, Unreal, Maya as well. Omniverse, it was quite there for some time. You can create, not only you can capture audio, not only you can capture facial expression from an input audio, and if according to the intensity of the audio, it can create facial expression or emotion as well. Like if the audio sounds like he's sad, his face will act like that. If it sounds like the audio is very angry, his facial expression will become like that. And there is an option to integrate it with MetaHuman in Unreal Engine as well. So with just one audio input, you can get facial animation. Using MetaHuman, it will be more easier. Dash. Okay, let me play this. Yep. So this is another way of using AI tool. where the tool, so if you have to create anything in Unreal Engine, you have to go through a lot of settings and options and a lot of parameters you have to manipulate, create a lot of materials and shaders. So the dash is a tool where you will get a command line editor. Just you can write like create a landscape and it will generate a landscape. Then you can write that assign texture and material and water. So he's writing that put a water plane, and automatically a water plane is appeared, and then you will write put a water material on top of it. Just it was trained with already existing content, and any layman who is not good at Unreal Engine or who don't know where to find all those options and not want to go into a lot of learning curves, he can easily use that to create world. It is very handy, and even if you can access Quixel Megascan data through this command line, and you can just through command lines, and there are a lot of parameters available, AI-based parameter available, and it is trained according to that, and you can populate with grass, stones, proximity map as well. Like you put a statue in, and you don't want grass around the statue, so that can also be done. Generally, if you don't have the tool, you have to create this using PCG graph or procedural graph in Unreal Engine, and you need to have a lot of knowledge using those tools and technologies. So this is a very beautiful tool for building world, I will say, quickly building world, and not only just populating with foliages and scattering objects, you can also set up lighting, color grading, so everything will be put through those text parameter that is already given. You just type there and it will create according to that. Like color grading, he is doing color grading just through command prompt only. Otherwise, you have to go all to the post-process section. There are a lot of parameters for color corrections, and you have to, rather than changing all the stuff, you just put like I want this kind of color grading or that movie kind of color grading, and it will do according to that. How much time do I have? Do I have? These are the last two slides actually. So what all 3D artists really want, and what is the most laborious thing, like doing retopology, creating UVs, creating rigging is of course tedious and complex process. We have done a lot of automation on that, but artists generally, as an artist, as a creative person, what I personally feel, or what you also personally feel, that yes, doing a sculpting in ZBrush is fine, but retopology is kind of laborious. Like if those can be taken care by AI, that will be really, really helpful and save a lot of time. Same goes for the UVs as well. I'll talk about the legalities. I've already covered all these points. So all the AI tools, most of the AI tools that are available in the market, they took data from internet and trained their tool using those data. And because of that, there will be risk of copyright, and there were cases like Getty Image software, where Getty Image is a website where it has licensed photo libraries, and it filed a lawsuit against one of the AI software. I will not take the name, but one of the AI tools that is available in the market, and they said that you are using our data, because somehow if they use someone's data, someone's art style, that will be reflected in the final generated image. So better be careful while using those. So how we can safely use these in our daily basis, or use this as a reference point only, don't use it as the end result. Then as a starting point, I'm saying, use it whenever you use any AI tool, especially for stable diffusion kind of softwares, use it as a starting point, not as the end product. Use it as a reference or creating variations and generating ideas and inspirations, not the final product, of course. About the future, what will happen in the future? Of course, there will be risk. We'll already be afraid that one day AI will take over all our jobs. It's not going to happen because when computer came, everybody thought that everybody will lose their job. But today we are working with computers. Similarly, AI will come, but somebody has to use that AI. So you have to learn those tools and technologies and make your process more faster and more efficient. So in future, I can say that using AI tools, this kind of tools will make our process more faster. So if a character, let's say, if a character take to create around 100 days, maybe after 5 years, it will take only 20 to 30 days to create a complete character. But yeah, of course, human intervention is of course required. But the AI is good for, because AI are trained with real life existing data, whatever they are in the world or whatever they're online. Anything that is not created, anything that is new in terms of idea, AI cannot generate that. So keep that in future. So if you are a creative person, you will be there, because AI once after some time you will find that the output that is AI generating will be saturated in the market, and nothing new is generating, because if an artist not creating new content or new ideas, how will they train the AI? For quick game prototyping, of course, you can use AI. Like I have shown you one tool called I forgot the name. So the other 3D tools were Masterpiece Studios actually, yeah, where you can quickly use those tools to prototype games. Games will be more cheaper because, of course, if you save time, increase productivity, of course, it will save time, save money, and more content will be generated. Generally, you know that a AAA game takes 3 to 4 years to create. AI, with the help of AI in the future, we may be able to produce it within two years. You will get bigger, broader, deeper world. New kind of jobs. So already there are jobs like prompt engineer. You have already heard of that, and this kind of job will arise where the people who know how to use AI and use it in their production pipeline to make things more productive and faster. Yeah, so that's all about it. Sorry, I've taken a bit extra time, though I have started around 3 o'clock, but yeah, it's almost 45 minutes I've taken. So thank you so much. That's all about it. I hope you like it.